And welcome back. It's very festive, non-copyright music. Because we don't want to get in trouble. Yeah. Hey everybody, welcome back to No Sleep Sleepover. I'm Logan, along with Matt. And we gotta talk because we did not drop an episode last week.
No, we ran into some issues. I was sick, and then I think you had to reschedule because you were busy at work. So I
got called into work. Yeah.
So sorry for those who were waiting. They were refreshing their podcast app, just waiting for the next episode. Did not happen.
Maybe people realized. Maybe people didn't. They're like, "Oh, you missed an episode? Oh." Yeah. I would like to think people missed us. But yeah, life happens, and sometimes you just gotta prioritize and, make sure that you're okay first. That's good advice.
The end. That is today's episode. Thank you.
That's the
for
podcast.
Joining.
Thanks for listening.
We appreciate you. Here's some more Christmas music before you go. So, it's hard. I mean, I think I've always been a yes person. And I think as I get older, I've kind of learned, when you have to say no, or when, when you're sick, or, okay, you have that job that calls in, right? And I'm glad that, you and I feel like we understand. I really don't like when people, you could be like, I'm literally dying at home right now. I'm, vomiting and whatever. And they're like, but you were supposed to... You're right. And it was like, dude, not the time. Nothing is ever that important. So,
Yeah. And this is just a silly little podcast that we enjoy doing. Yeah. And so I feel like if it was something that we put before, our mental health or our physical health or, jobs that pay us, then I mean, once we start getting paid on this podcast, this comes first.
100%.
For sure.
100%. Well,
but until then.
Yeah. And I think I hope people get that, in terms of their own lives. I love my passion projects. I love doing fun stuff like this, and it is very important to me. But, when the throat is crying out for help, maybe recording a podcast isn't the best move. So
Yeah, definitely not easy to do when you're not feeling great. So I'm glad we took a week. I'm sorry that we took a week so early on. Probably we have 5 podcasts. What?
I think 5 or 6. Well, there's actually podcasts that exist on Apple Podcasts that literally have 2 or 3 episodes. Have you seen those before? And I'm like, what? It doesn't make any sense to me to start something and only do 2 or 3 episodes.
Well, a lot of those were when we were trying to think of a name for this podcast, we were running into those. They had 1 or 2 episodes in 2017 and never came back. But you can't just take another podcast name, because it's already a thing. So, But hey, we're going to keep trucking along. I hope. If things come up, we're so sorry. But, and actually, the week that this comes out, it's Christmas. Mm-hmm. So, Matt, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. And
Happy holidays.
Another Christmas. It's our second COVID Christmas, right? So things are a little bit back to normal, I think, for some people. For some, it's going to be similar to last year. Here's to hoping that next year it's a normal Christmas, but we'll see. I don't know. So...
Oh, gosh, remember when we all said that last year? Next year it's going to be okay.
Yeah, people said that last year, and I was like, I don't know. I was a little skeptical, and I'm glad I was, because turned out it was not going to be different this year. But
here we are. So we're going to talk some Christmas. If you have kiddos listening, which I don't know what our kid demographic is, but maybe jump ahead 5 minutes.
Okay. We'll time it. I'm gonna check the time right now, and we'll try and be courteous.
Yeah, jump ahead a little bit. So I want to start right off the bat. When did you stop believing in Santa Claus?
Ooh, I think pretty early. I think, as a kid, so to be fair with you, I didn't have too much Christmas memories, but I remember even as 3 or 4, I would be wanting to sleep, and my parents would be like, there are presents on the tree, and I'm like, cool, but can I sleep? And
they're going to be there when I wake up anyway.
Yeah, so my parents always joke that, that was not expected. Because, you think of Christmas morning and the kids are like, Santa came. And it's 6 a.m. and kids are running downstairs and, chaos at like 6:15 in the morning. Nope, not for me. I was always like, I'm asleep. We got plenty of time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's definitely something that like held up. But I think in terms of believing in Santa, yeah, I don't know. I remember like my mom, like when I was like 10 and my sister would have been like 6, 7. And like probably up till I was about like 15, 16, and my sister might have been like 12, 13. My mom would threaten us and be like, if you don't believe in Santa, you don't get extra presents. And I would be the kind of person that's like, well, I'm not going to say anything because that's extra presents. So like, be like, of course Santa's real, girl. So like, and then I think that was just her way of like trying to make it like the innocence of it.
Keep the magic going.
100%. But yeah, I definitely think pretty early on I was a little, it just doesn't make sense. Like to have one guy hit every single household across the world. Like for me as a young child, I was like, I don't get how he could do that. Especially because, you see the images of him literally going down people's chimneys. And it's like, well, unless there's like a million versions of him doing that, like, you know what I mean? So, Anywho, what about you?
I was a bit more naive. It took me a long time to stop believing in Santa. I was that kid in school that was like, no, Santa's real, guys. Like, come on, I've seen him.
Oh, wow. You were a Santa defender.
Oh, yeah, it was bad. I want to say like probably 6th grade, which is like 12, I think.
Okay,
maybe?
yeah, probably a little older, but still, I mean, 12's pretty young.
Maybe that's, I don't know. I might be totally wrong on the age. But yeah, no, it took me a while. Yeah, and then I remember I found out that there was no Santa Claus because I asked my mom. I was like, Mom, you can't lie to me. Is there Santa? And I remember her exact words. This is going to break her heart. She hates this story. Her exact words were something like, is there a fat man that like in a red suit that like comes to everyone's house at night? No. And I was just like crying and I was so sad. And I was like, how can you tell me there was a Santa? And then she works in an elementary school. Mm-hmm. So that like next day or a couple of days later, her class watched the Polar Express.
Okay.
Which like, the whole story is if you don't believe, then you can't hear the bell ring, Santa's bells ring. And so the teacher passes a bell out to every little kid and one to my mom. And my mom gets one that doesn't ring. And she had to leave the classroom. She was so distraught. She's like, I ruined my daughter's Christmases.
Wow.
Yeah. And she still has that bell.
Yeah, that's actually really nice.
I think me finding out that there was no Santa was a little more traumatizing for my mom than it was for me. But yeah.
I think that's really sweet because I feel like there's a lot of 12-year-olds who, if they believe in Santa, their parents are like, dude, get over it. Like, I feel like there's a lot of probably bad parents who wouldn't be as kind to a 12-year-old. So that's really sweet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my parents really went all out for Christmas. Every year, my dad would dress up in a Santa suit and like he would do it in the garage and stuff. And then he would run outside, like in our front yard. And my mom would be like, oh, look, Santa's outside. And that was like our cue to go to bed. Mm-hmm. And it was very sweet. And like looking back at that, every single year they tried to like keep the magic going. And so then the one year I, as a smart kid, was like, funny, Dad's never here when Santa's outside. And so they schemed it that my grandfather would run and be the Santa. So my dad's like, okay, I'll be right back. So my dad laughed and I was like, funny, huh? And then I see Santa and my dad walks in. I was like, oh, wait a second. Mind blown. So yeah, they really tried and it was very sweet. Yeah. It's nice to have those warm, fuzzy, Christmassy memories, So you said you don't have a lot of like Christmas memories?
No. It's funny. Paul and I talked about this a couple weeks ago. I am just not a very holiday person in the sense that like, I love seeing my immediate family and like I love seeing friends and like I love partying and like themes for sure, but like I don't know, I'm not like a person that's like, okay, every Christmas like I must do X or every Thanksgiving I must do X. And like my family, I mean, we've done like all sorts of different things. Like, we've spent Christmases at the movie theaters. We've spent Christmases, like, kind of doing, like, mini vacays of sorts. And, like, we've done stuff where it's just sit at home and, you know, watch bad Netflix or whatever. I feel like we watched, last Christmas we watched the Dolly Parton Christmas Netflix original movie.
How was that?
Which was so cheesy. It was so bad. It was just as bad as, like, you'd expect it to be. But, like...
But it's Miss Dolly.
So it's like, you gotta watch it. You gotta respect the Dolly. But, so yeah, we don't really have any traditions, per se. Yeah. What about you, though? I'm sure you probably have stuff going
on. Christmas Eve is, like, where my mind immediately goes. So, my family, and, like, we still do this to this day. Like, I'm almost 25 years old, and we still do this. So Christmas Eve, we used to go to church, not so much anymore. And then we would get Chinese food.
Ooh.
Get Chinese food, bring it home, and then watch A Christmas Vacation. You know, Clark Griswold and all that. And then my dad, this is, like, so cheesy. I don't think about how cheesy it is until, like, you know, it's coming out of my mouth. But, I mean, I love it, you know. And then my dad reads The Night Before Christmas.
Oh, that's cute. That's really cute.
Yeah. So that's our Christmas Eve every single year. It is, again, it's very cute, and I really like it. I really enjoy it, and I have those memories, like, throughout my whole life, and it means a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, just saying it out loud is like, dang, turn up the cheese meter.
That's a lot of Gouda stuff that you got going on over there, so.
Tons of Parmesan all over.
No, I think that's great. I mean, I think, you know, part of who I am and kind of, I guess, where my family or we've gone is, you know, it's different a little bit each year, and I think that's fun. But, like, I can totally see how, like, if you do something for year after year after year on end, you grow to want to do that and expect it and to continue to do it. So, no, that's great to hear.
Yeah, and yeah, it is nice. And I didn't get to do it last year because I had to work on Christmas Day, and then there was this bad snowstorm that we had. So I was kind of stuck, and, you know, I didn't get that kind of stuff. But, you know, it's fine. I think the Christmas season is, like, what means the most to me, like, not just a specific thing. But, yeah, we can talk, like, Christmas music, Christmas movies. Like, are you into all? I know you don't like holidays, but
okay, I don't like holidays.
So
it's just for me, like, I don't know. It is what it is. I don't know. I don't want to sound like the Grinch. I'm not anti-Christmas or anti-holiday. It's just like, you know, I don't know. It's not what, like, gets me. Like, I think there's some people that, like, live for this time of year who, like, love, like, Christmas as, like, a OMG, as, like, a general template of the season. I don't know. I just don't.
No, that's fair.
Just not how I view things.
Do you like Christmas music, though? Like, do you, when the stations flip the switch, do you, like, immediately turn it on? You're
no,
like, yep, it's time.
Not personally, but, like, in terms of, like, you know, yesterday I was at a Christmas bar and they had Christmas music and, like, you know, like, that fits, or, you know, day of, you know, if my dad plays it on his phone, you know, it's totally fitting. I don't know. I like, again, not to be a Grinch. It's just, you know, I'm totally fine if it's on. It's just not like I'm going to spend personal time.
Yeah.
You know, if that makes sense. So.
Yeah. I, on the other hand, have been listening to Christmas music since July.
But, like, what kind of is confusing is that, like, there's probably, like, 40 different songs just done by different artists.
Yeah, mostly.
And that's kind of what is hard for me is, like, okay, I like Jingle Bells, but, like, do I have to hear 10 different versions of Jingle Bells within the same 2-hour span? Like, that part of
Jingle Bells by Barbara Streisand is the best version.
Is that the one where she's like, Jingle all the way? Is that the one?
It's like a fast Jingle Bells. It's like, jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle all the way. Oh, fun it is to ride in one horse open. It's like, hey. And I love it. I've loved it my whole life. I don't know why. It's just so fun.
Yeah. I don't know
Miss
if
Barbara.
I hear that on the radio. I'll have to.
I don't think they play it on the radio. I had a CD with it for some reason.
Interesting.
And so now I just play it on my phone every time I want to hear it. It's very good. So do you have a favorite Christmas song at all? Or do you just...
Ooh. I mean, that's a good question. I mean, we just did a tournament for work. And out of all the songs, I think Last Christmas by Wham is a good one. I really like that one a lot. Brenda Lee, Rockin' Around. I mean, that's just kind of a classic.
That's a
it's
classic.
It's really hard to, like, hate on that song for sure. I don't know. I will say, like, every year I get a little less lovey and a little bit more hatey for Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. It's like I'm burning out on it a little bit. Like I need a little bit less. I need to pull it back a little bit. So,
and I think people play it throughout the year, which makes it like a little harder to take during Christmas time, you know, because it's not just like a special. It's Christmas. It's let's play it in April to be funny, you know. And
like we talked about this on Pop It. She partnered up with McDonald's. I don't know if you saw the Mariah Carey and McDonald's collaboration. And I'm like, why? Like, it doesn't make, like, I don't know. It's like that kind of thing to me is like really annoying. It's like, all I want for Christmas is McDonald's. Like, what?
It is the most streamed Christmas song, you know, like of all time. She has tons of money. Why are you partnering with McDonald's? Is it just to like keep people listening? Do you need that extra money? I don't know.
I think just in today's digital age, she and her team have a good grasp of understanding, like, she's probably not going to have, like, a current hit song, so she can, like, milk this every season. And I'm just wondering, like, how long do you get away with that before people are like, oh, my God, can you stop?
I'm done.
Because, like, I'm done. I'm, like, over the song. It's just too much.
Hasn't it been, like, over 20 years, though? Like, I don't even know when she released
90s, 94.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my gosh. Almost 30 years. Well, people are still listening.
But it's ingrained. It's a classic. I mean, you can't argue with that. So.
And I think it's hard to, like, come out with classic Christmas songs nowadays, you know? Like, one that I would argue is Kelly Clarkson's... the mistletoe song.
You mean Underneath the Tree?
Yes, that one.
Wait a minute, aren't you the Christmas expert? Why am I the one naming the things over here?
Because I'm really bad with pop culture also. So that's what you're for.
That's true.
I just think it's a really good song. I think it's like instantly a classic. Like I could see that being played year after year after like and continued. But I feel like some other like Justin Bieber has a Christmas song, Ariana Grande has a Christmas song, Taylor Swift I think has a Christmas song. I don't think those necessarily can stand the test of time and like remain classic, you know.
Well, Underneath the Tree came out in 2013, so that's 8 years, and yeah, I think it's definitely proven to solidify. Give it a few more years and see where these other songs are. I think like if a song can remain relevant in the Christmas season for like 6-7 years, like Underneath the Tree is a good example of that, or like Michael Bublé is another good example of that. Like, you know, these songs are like recent, but they hold on. So
I feel like Michael Bublé like doesn't have any other songs. He's only a Christmas guy.
No, he has that. What's the one where it's like, I just haven't met you yet. Na, na, na.
That is a fun song.
Na, na, na.
But it's like in my mind, I'm like, Michael Bublé.
No,
Christmas.
No. Really? When I think of Michael Bublé, I just think of jazz. I don't think of Christmas per se, but I mean, Christmas jazz for sure. But
Christmas jazz.
So wait, what's your favorite song?
Oh man, I really like. Again, I don't know the titles of these songs. I could sing them for you. I think it's by Band-Aid. Do they know it's Christmas time?
Do they know it's
Christmas time?
Good one.
Yeah, that one.
I also like Happy Xmas War is Over. That's a... So this is
that's
Christmas.
A sweet one. With a little kid singing in the background. Yeah. I also like Paul McCartney's
Wonderful Christmas Time.
Simply, yeah, that one.
I also enjoy the Sarah McLachlan. What song did they cover? God rest ye merry gentlemen.
Oh, that one. Oh, that is a good one.
A lot too. It's schnazzy. I like it schnazzy. So.
I like a good schnazzy Christmas song. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other ones that I really like. Shoot. I don't know. Like, I had a bunch in my brain before, and now I'm just coming to a blank.
What about movie? Do you have a favorite movie?
Christmas Vacation is like always
because you watch it every year. Yeah,
I watch it every year, like multiple times a year if I can. Elf is always so good.
Elf is good.
At the the best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. Warms my heart.
Okay, so you know the line verbatim, but you don't know any of the names of the songs. That's a little questionable.
Yeah. I'm really good at like movie quotes, but I'm not really good at like song titles.
Okay. It's a weird flex, but okay. I gotta go with A Christmas Story. You know, Cleveland native. I think that's always been just what I loved about it was that it was kind of like local, and I love the humor with like the leg lamp and Fragile and the Ralphie swearing and the bar of soap and the Ovaltine
and his pink bunny outfit. It's so
and
good.
What's funny about that movie is that there's not really a plot to it. It's just like a bunch of like short stories kind of wrapped together. I guess which
was so confusing.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, it was confusing because like I would grow up watching it, you know, like pay attention. But then at a certain point when I actually watched for the plot, I was like, oh wait, like this is nothing, you know?
Yeah.
But it's still so good.
Well, I think the overarching story is he wants the BB gun for Christmas, and everyone's like, "Yes, just your eye out." So I guess that is like the overall story, but like that of itself is like doesn't take a lot of time. Most of it's like spent with like the different stories. So yeah, I do love A Christmas Story a lot. I do like Elf is a classic. But I gotta say one, and I don't think I've seen this in a long time, so I don't even know where you'd find it. Cartoon Network did an animated version of the song "A Reindeer Ran Over Grandma."
Grandma got ran over by a reindeer,
and it is iconic.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's like I think it ends up being like the one guy's fiance wanted to kill Grandma to get like the company or something. It was and I was like,
no, I remember
I'm a
that.
child. I don't know if I should be watching this, but it's so good.
This is mature content.
Dramatic, and I'm like, where is that? I'm sure you could find it easily. So,
I remember that one. Yeah. And I really do love, real quick, I do have to give a shout out to by the Christmas Story house, like we said, in Cleveland. Awesome. There's a restaurant across the street from it. It's called the Rowley Inn.
Oh, I love that place.
Oh my gosh. My favorite place. Great food, great drinks. So good. The service is always amazing. The staff is incredible. Like, they're not going to be listening to this, but if they are, shout out to you guys because you guys make my day every time I go. And it's like a fun experience. Like if you go to the Christmas Story house and you go to the route, it's like right there, you know? So if you ever come into Cleveland, highly recommend that.
They had a great breakfast sandwich. It was a chicken and waffle sandwich with egg, bacon, sausage, and cheese with the syrup and hot sauce. And it was phenomenal. It was so
Oh my gosh. They have chilaquiles that are... Oh my god, so freaking good. Oh my god. I'm going there next week.
Oh, fun. Yeah, you're already, I was going to say, you're like looking at the menu right now, just like salivating over like, what will I get?
It's like, I already know what I get like every time I go. Like, I'm like, I'm getting this time.
I know. I'm the worst too. Like, if I find something really good, it's hard for me to like push to try something else because I'm like, well, I already know this is like really good. So, it's like the dilemma, man. Like,
you want, So, anyways, I feel like we always talk about food. I'm a hungry person.
Me too.
All the time.
Me too.
I was going to say, I also love the claymation movies, like A Year Without a Santa Claus, Santa Claus Coming to Town, like all of those. Heat Miser, Snow Miser, like just all of those movies. They just hit you in that warm, fuzzy spot. They're so nostalgic. The songs are so good. How can you not like them, you know?
Remind me, what happens at the Island of Misfit Toys? What's like the end of that? Is it just like they're misfits and like...
Yeah, so Rudolph and Hermie the Elf, they go to the island and they see the toys and they're like, nobody wants us. And then at the end, they end up finding kids that actually do want them and they're played with.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was trying to remember, like, was there like some big reason why... The island, like I couldn't, like it's like Lost, but like for Christmas toys.
There's like a choo-choo with square wheels and water gun that only squirts jelly.
Even looking at the name, like misfit to me implies like toys that are like doing deviant criminal behavior or like smoking drugs. Like misfit is like they're just toys that are like not.
Well, just because they're weird. Yeah. I mean, Rudolph was a misfit with his red nose. Hermie the elf wanted to be a dentist.
I know. And let him be a dentist. We have a dentist shortage right now. I mean, like, seriously. Healthcare here is a mess. Let him be a dentist.
We need you, Hermie the elf. That was always such a weird plot. Just like an elf that wants to be a dentist. I was like, yeah, right on. You do you. Oh, so good. It just makes you want to, like, just, drink some hot cocoa, turn on some lights, and I have my tree in the back all lit.
I know, you do. My tree is in a box somewhere. I was going to pull it out, but then I was like,
Yeah. It's like a week till Christmas.
Tired. And I'm just... I have one question for you that came to mind. Are you pro eggnog or are you anti-eggnog?
I don't think I've ever actually had.
Oh my gosh! For someone that like loves Christmas, you don't like do anything. And I'm kidding. You do.
I don't do anything.
You don't do anything Christmas.
I just think growing up, eggnog was always spiked. So it was like you can't drink that, and I was like, okay. And then I was like, oh, it's egg. Like I'm like that doesn't sound appetizing at all. And now I kind of want to try eggnog.
You should next time.
Do I just buy a carton of it?
Yeah. Go to Aldi, Giant Eagle, or...
I always thought people made it for some reason.
No, you can buy that, like, anywhere this time of year.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not something that I naturally, like, will gravitate towards, but probably because we've been talking about it, if I go to the grocery, I might pick it up just to have a little bit this holiday season. Season. Do you know that song? What's the name of that song?
It's him and the clock.
It's Happy Holidays by Andy Williams. But anywho.
I'm telling you, one of these days, we have to do like a name that song. Figure out how to play copyrighted music or something, because that would be a terrible game, because I don't know that I love music. I just don't know the names of anything. I also don't know the names of like actors or singers or anything.
Interesting, yeah.
For someone who works in media, I know nothing.
Hey, you're good about news stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, I know what's happening. I just don't know who's who.
Yeah.
I know, like, Joe Biden.
There you go.
I know who he is.
Pay my loans, Joe. Come on.
Yeah, come on, Joe Biden. We're struggling out here.
I mean, struggling in general. Presents. Like, just in general, struggling. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, pay my loans, because you said you would, so... Anywho.
Come on, Joe. I'm trying to think of like other Christmassy things.
Yeah, I'm kind of tapped out. That's all I really know.
Movies, songs.
Eggnog. Boom.
Do you have like a favorite thing to do around?
No.
Like,
I mean,
I have a favorite. I'll share mine.
Okay, you share yours, and I will think. I will try and genuinely think, but
I like when it snows. And it's like lightly snowing and there's snow on the ground, just driving around and like looking at the Christmas lights, or like walking through, like if there's like a smaller city downtown area, like walking through if they have like a light scene or something. That again, I keep saying, but it warms my heart. It just feels so Hallmarky, and it feels super sweet, and just like, like, yeah, this is what Christmas is about. Just spending time with somebody or some other, like multiple people. Just taking in beauty and happiness and love. God.
Yeah, the driving around looking at Christmas lights kind of sucks in my opinion, because it's like, especially if you're driving and you're like, do I turn here?
Trying to look everywhere.
And then if you slow down to see the lights and someone behind you's like beep beep, and yeah, it's too stressful. But yeah, like walking like in a downtown or like in an area that's filled with them, like that's fun, I guess. But it's not like, I would be like, we must do that.
Oh my God, that's my favorite thing. Just being outside and it's kind of cold, and then you get like a hot cocoa or coffee or something afterwards. Oh, it's so sweet. Do you have nothing?
I mean, I like ice skating, but I don't know if that's like seasonal.
Ooh. Yeah, no, for sure.
But I haven't gone in forever, man. Oof. My arches are so archy, so it's really hard to.
The older I get, the more I realize that like ice skating and roller skating really hurts everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fun for like 15 minutes, and then you're like, oh my God, my whole, like, my shins are hurting, my feet are on fire.
It's a discipline.
My hips hurt for some reason. Oh, man. Yeah, no, ice skating is fun. It's very festive, I think.
Oh, and I like going to the Christmas bars, but I think that's more of like I don't know. I guess it's a holiday thing. I don't know. I guess just, seeing the different bars, it's cute.
I want to go to I haven't been to one like past couple of years.
I know. I did one so far. I'm hoping to do at least one or two more, but
I know I keep seeing the pictures of like these bars saying like, look, we're all decked out, or like pop-up bars are coming out. It just seems so exciting and fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Isn't there like I think there's like a Christmas bar crawl? Maybe?
There usually is. I don't know with COVID though. I don't know what the dealio is. So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Keep everyone safe. And then let's talk presents. Mm-hmm. Do you still do presents? Like? Oh
yeah. I mean, it's just usually just kind of casual though. It's nothing crazy, I'm not a good, like, I'm pretty good at like giving out presents, but like I'm not like I don't like when people shop for me. I don't need people to shop for me. I don't know. I don't like getting presents sometimes. I'm just like there's nothing I need, because if I need it, I'll get it. So don't worry about me, kind of thing. So, I never feel obligated, Mm-hmm. What about you?
Yeah, no, I mean, presents, like, I like presents. But again, I'm the same way. Like, if I need something, I'll buy it myself. So I don't want other people to feel like they have to buy me presents. And when I want something, I don't want something that's like big and extravagant, like just cause. Like, I'd rather get something that's meaningful and like, something that means a lot to me, or like, and the person that's getting it for me, or, something like that. I don't know. So when someone buys you something, they're like, hey, I saw this and I really thought of you. I think that's so sweet, Like, I'd rather take that than a ring or something.
No, I agree with you there. Or like something homemade. Like in the past, like I took the Dear Abby cartoons and I edited them to be about my grandmother and called it Dear Mary. And so like that was kind of funny. And I've done like animation projects for some people as like really bad animation, but animation.
But still, that's very sweet.
So I don't know. I like fun stuff, that's for sure.
Did you ask for anything this Christmas?
Because I genuinely like don't need anything, and nor do I, desire, I got all that I need at home.
I have all I need right in this podcast right here.
Right? I have all I need in my friends and family. Yeah.
Just you.
Yeah. And the things that I want in this world are not gifts. They're like, ending the 40-hour work week, make a 4-day work week, and like
social justice,
and like increasing the minimum wage for everybody, and social justice. So like those things can't be gifted unless if they could, you know where to find me. You may send me those gifts.
I'll be waiting.
Gifts, please.
Money, please. If anyone doesn't know what, that's a reference to a TV show. So I'm not just.
I got it. No, I totally picked up on it. So, can you name that show? That's my question.
I can.
Okay,
yes.
Okay.
It's Parks and
Just
Rec.
making sure, because
it's just songs. I'm really bad with songs.
I mean, most of those songs, the titles and the refrain. So like, worst comes to worst, sing the refrain and just kind of pick out like what makes the most sense is the title of this song.
Yeah. It just takes some time, because it's like, with these stupid phones, you just like, they keep playing, but they don't say like, and that was so-and-so by so-and-so, like radios do. And who listens to like, the Christmas music on the radio station? Everyone just like pops it on their phone, I think.
I don't know. I don't know what people do. Probably both.
Well, because I don't know. I rarely listen to the radio, but I think when people are driving, they listen to like podcasts or like audiobooks nowadays,
I think the data actually still shifts to radio, but podcast is growing and audiobooks is growing. Yeah, absolutely. So, because
see, when I think radio, I think like the morning show, like people are driving to work and like listen to that. But like for Christmas music, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
We'll have to find the data. The data.
The data.
I had one more thing to add, I thought. We talked presents. We talked... Oh, we forgot to tell the kids to come back. The kids haven't been listening to this
Morgan,
whole podcast.
and the Morgan Freeman voice, the kids never returned.
Oh, these poor kids.
No, we said to come back in 5 minutes. I think we were done by 5 minutes. Let's hope.
I think it was.
If it was
solid.
6, then we really screwed over some kids today. So
sorry, kids. I hope you guys have a Merry
I feel
Christmas
like that
regardless.
Michael Jordan meme, like screw those kids. Like
You know what we mean. Oh man. Well, this has been fun.
Yeah.
I really love talking Christmas. It just makes me so happy.
I'm very
favorite
happy
holiday.
that Christmas makes you happy. That's for sure. So
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely my favorite holiday.
Mm-hmm.
I just, again, presents aside, but I do love presents. So like, please.
presents to the side, not a side completely.
Yeah. Put them to the side, and then I'll come back to them.
But yeah,
I'll come back to them. But it's such a nice time to be around family, around all the people you love. Like, just as a reminder to like reach out to the people that you love, you know. If you don't talk to someone for a whole year, it's just the holiday that's like, hey, maybe, you know, reach out. Like, just tell them that you're thinking about
maybe, unless they're toxic and they suck and then gaslight you, and then I'd say don't reach out to them. But
I mean more just like your friends.
okay,
that
good.
I
I can't stand people who go, they're family, or like, you guys are best friends for 20 years. It's like, yeah, but they're dating my ex, so no, we're not talking.
Ooh.
You know, those kind of things.
No,
like, ugh,
yeah,
no.
you know those kind of people.
Nope.
No, I just meant more like people that you haven't talked to in a while that you want to talk to.
Just wanted to confirm, just because I will not have. But they're your family. No, if Aunt Jean is a racist, nope, we aren't gonna gloss over that. So that's how I feel, at least. So
No, I meant more people that you love, people that you want to love.
Gotcha. Okay, just wanted to confirm.
Yeah.
Okay, all good.
Yeah. Well, man, this has been fun.
Yeah.
I hope you all feel warm and cozy on the inside.
And we will see you for the last show of 2021 next week.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
No pressure.
Wow, I feel like we've accomplished something. Again, we've done like 6
wow,
episodes.
7 episodes. Wow.
I'm like, look how far we've come.
It's like,
and we missed
turn around and you can see the beginning. Like, look how far we've come. It's like, oh, I guess.
Right there.
Right there.
But thank you so much, everybody. From the bottom of our hearts, we hope you have happy holidays and just have a great time. Drink that eggnog and open those presents and be grateful.
Amen, Pastor. Amen.
Matt, happy holidays.
You too.
To you.
Enjoy Christmas. I know you love it. So
You too. Thank you. I will. We'll talk about it next week. But until then, see you later, everybody.
bye.
Bye.